The podcast.
The podcast. Yeah, the podcast is tired. Tired. The car podcast for people who understand that cars are bad. With Matty and Rory and Peter. What should we talk about first?
Well, I don't know. I've got a couple things. I went to the Woodward Dream Cruise.
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
And then I went to the Buckley Old Engine show today.
Yeah. Did you just go down for a day of the Dream Cruise?
No, I was there. I was there from Wednesday until Friday night.
Okay.
And then I was like, the actual Dream Cruise itself is today.
Mm-hmm.
But I had kind of promised that I would do some family stuff, not the least of which is getting the GTI fixed this weekend. So
Family stuff like working on cars.
family stuff like being at home by myself while everybody else is out doing something as a family. They're going to a powwow up in Shabbytown in northern Leelanau County right now, which is supposed to be super cool. But so Woodward Dream Cruise, if you don't know what that is, it's Woodward is the, I think, first paved road in the United States.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
It's a like first maybe concrete highway or something like that. I don't know. It's M1, Michigan 1 is the actual like designation. So it is a massive cruise through the Detroit suburbs, which like always bothered me when I lived there. There's like a big like division in Detroit between the suburbs and the city, and like it is like I spent the weekend, I stayed basically like across the street from my old house in Detroit, which was a little bit weird, but I've never been to a single place in the world where the vibe shift between the city and the suburbs is so intense. And it's like, it's not even like we were in, part of the day we were in like one of the kind of quote unquote hipper suburbs, like Ferndale, which is like an inner ring suburb. And like, it was like it's a big, kind of like, hipster-y.
Yeah, there's
whatever.
a venue there, right?
Yeah, there's the Magic Bag maybe is there, like the Velvet Touch is there. There's a couple of little pretty good venues there.
I feel like the spot where I saw Nick Lowe a few years ago was in Ferndale.
The place where I saw Vanderslice is there too.
Okay.
And I saw Screaming Females there too. I forgot what it's called.
And what's the town that Mountain Goats played in? Not
most recently, I think Royal
No,
Oak.
I mean like a few years ago, we like when I was still playing, we did.
I think Royal Oak Music Theater. I think he did. It's like it was a big, like standing room only, 1,000-person venue probably.
Yeah. What's it called?
Yeah, Royal Oak Music Theater.
Oh,
Royal
yeah.
Oak.
That's Royal Oak.
Yeah,
Yes.
you were telling me about the really big bookstore, right? I think. And then, that was where we had that mix-up about the definitions of the word cruising, actually. That's a good story. I don't know if we've told that one on That was a good one.
So we should tell that, but so anyway, I was in Ferndale, but it's just in Ferndale's like cool. Like there's a lot of gay bars and like it's very like it's in any other environment it would be like this is great, but it's just such a weird shift. And I was talking to Andy.
I mean, you like I mean this is kind of like to my recollection this is kind of like a bougier neighborhood. So do you
Ferndale's hipper, I would say. Like Ferndale's like less.
Yeah. But I mean, it's yeah. I mean, do you classify that as suburban or city?
Suburban. Anything outside the city limits in Detroit, because the city limits are so huge.
Yeah.
It's weird. I was explaining this to Matt Farah, but like the in LA, it's like everything is LA. You're in Beverly Hills. You're in Redondo or whatever. It's like all of Southern California is LA.
To me, it's like LA County is LA.
Yeah. But
that is huge. That is enormous. That encompasses.
And I was like in New York, it's like there's parts of Connecticut that are like kind of New York or whatever.
Jersey
you know what I mean?
City,
it's like,
etc.
Yeah. So I was like, but Detroit is like is a very hard cutoff between 8 Mile and it's like I think the reason it's so stark is because like the degree to which even the inner ring suburbs are like super functional and like populated and all that stuff. And like when you jump into the outer outskirts of the city of Detroit, it's like that's like some of the most striking physical differences as far as like, oh, there's no houses here, like, or like, you know, like this is an entire area that's like semi-abandoned. But
and that's a place where there once were houses, but they
totally I mean they've been returned to the earth in most cases, like, or raised,
and that's got to just be like a redlining, legacy, right?
100%. No, it is, and I think like Detroit's like there's white flight and redlining and all that stuff in a lot of big cities, but like the starkness in Detroit is very, it's like it's impossible not to notice. Like the moment of like driving either into or out of Grosse Pointe, it's like, whoa, it's like you went through a fucking portal. Like you're like not in the same place.
I remember.
And it's like that. Like I said, but so there's a huge difference. But I was like, the vibe in Detroit is so good and so like feels so homey and comfortable to me. And it's like you walk around and people say hello to you. And like I like stopped in to a bar that I used to go to all the time just to work on computer like a nerd because they have good Wi-Fi. And I was in there and like just these two old ladies started like chatting me up and like we talked for like 30 minutes and it was like really fun and nice and we were just like hanging out and they were like introduced me to the staff and the bartender and they were like, where did you used to live? And you know, just like so cool. And then it's like you walk into the suburbs and you do the make eye contact with people or like the nod when you walk by and they just look at you like you're not there. And it's like it's so bad. It's like such a bad vibe. And Andy DeRossi was there and he was like, these people all have white flight genetics where they were like, they were the first people to get freaked out in Detroit and leave. And he's like, they have their TV shows. He's like, they eat at fast casual restaurants and like, they're very happy, but like, there's not a lot of interiority happening with these people. And I was like, God, that's fucking brutal. But like,
and they're also just like genetically like predisposed to just like stranger danger,
cowardice,
fear of
cowardice.
Just like it's just like
fear of the other.
Any person I don't know is a threat.
And I think that's and I think that's like the that's why that they live their lives. And I was trying to do like when I was talking about Cadillac, I was like the people who work at Cadillac now in the marketing and those areas are people who are like cool, working and living in Warren, Michigan, or like living nearby to Warren, Michigan, which is like, you don't have to say anything else about them. And it's like, nothing wrong with Warren. There's nothing wrong, but it's like, it is a specific type of like, you're not looking for an adventure going to Warren, right? You're not looking for any particular character or interest whatsoever. It is like I told this guy, Christian James Hand, he opened for the Smoking Tire guys and did a music podcast where he broke down early Van Halen up to Panama, which was fascinating for me because I never thought twice about Van Halen. But anyway, I was talking to him. Shit, what was I just gonna say?
About Warren.
Oh, about how I would, when I lived in Detroit, I would never go out to the suburbs because I would get unnerved. There's my entire life I've been able to like orient myself in the world via landmarks. So like in downtown Detroit, it's like, okay, you can always see the Renson or like Guardian Building, or like you can always see the skyline. So you always know where you are. Like no matter, you can drive for an hour inside the city limits in Detroit and look up and see where you are. And it's like, okay, it's like that. It's that way in Traverse City with the water. It's like you always know where the water is. You always know vaguely where you are in relation to the water. And you go to the suburbs and it's like, is that another Qdoba, or is that another?
Right, different Starbucks.
Is that a Panera? Like, I can see two Paneras
Right.
in my field of vision right now,
Right.
and it's like it's so unnerving because it's like this all like again you could drive all day in the suburbs and like you feel like you're on a conveyor belt. It's like this is all the exact same fucking shit. It's over and over and over again. It's like that is it. It is. It's like I'm not like prone to like nervous whatever, but like it is genuinely unnerving because I feel like I lose my sense of direction. Like I lose my sense of like where I am, and it's like even in New York, which is very confusing to me.
like in a literal sense, like you just like
it's like
literally
being,
disorienting.
It's like being like in the wilderness in like the middle of like Alberta. It's like I don't know where the fuck I don't know how to get out of here. It's like if something happens, like I'm stuck.
When the first like settlers came to North America, and it's just like it was just all fucking woods.
Yeah,
and it's like they were so terrified of the woods.
I would rather
they would walk into it 3 feet and like have no idea where they were.
I would rather be out to sea. Like it's that sense of like being like, oh fuck, like I don't even know what direction to paddle. Like where do I go? But Woodward is actually, if you're around Woodward, that's a good way to orient yourself because it kind of goes diagonally. Yes. It actually points directly from downtown Detroit to Traverse City, if you think of it that way. But so there's the Dream Cruise, I think was started in like the 80s, and it's like at first it was kind of like a spontaneous, and it is spontaneous in the sense that like there's no registration or organization or whatever. You just show up and drive up and down Woodward Avenue, and that's it. So it's like you go from kind of the first layer of suburbs, which is like Royal Oak, up to Pontiac, where like the M1 Concours like little racetrack and car condo thing is, and then you turn around and come back, and that's it. And it's like millions of people will come and set up folding chairs on the side of the road and coolers and just sit there and watch cars go by.
Yeah, it's just a slow motion car show.
It is. And it's like it's so funny. It's like I was like, I should stay and take some more video of this for Alloy, but it's like half of the cars there during the week are just normal cars. They're like It's like, here's a Chevy Traverse.
Right.
Traverse or whatever. Here's a minivan. Here's like a Hyundai Santa Fe. Here's a Lamborghini Diablo. Here's one of those 917 replicas that's powered by a VW engine. Here's it's like that looks like a wacky racer's car, but it's like there's no thing. Like today it will be more old car focused, I guess. But it's like it is everything. People come from all over the country to do this, all over the world to do it. But it's like there was one picture that I took the other night that was like in the foreground a Chevy Impala SS, like a 96 Impala SS, in that weird like blue color that's super rare on Forgiatos. The next car was a Lamborghini, not the Aventador, but the one after that, the big one. And in the background was a first generation Viper convertible. It's like the Roadster Viper. It's like, it's like it's just all day like that. And then also just normal cars. And like, it's like also people just like driving, like going to where they're supposed to be going. And they just get stuck on Woodward.
Right. Exactly. So it's just like a really slow moving parade. Yeah. With a lot of like interesting cars, but also plenty of just people just like stuck in a traffic jam trying to get to work or whatever. Yeah.
And it's like it is there used to be a lot of like burnout stuff, and there used to be a lot of kind of like, people getting after it and racing and stuff, and like that is pretty much it's like it's tamped down because there are cops everywhere, but it's also tamped down just because like you are never going more than 3 miles an hour. Like,
I mean, from the stuff, I mean, I've never been, but just like from the videos that I've seen, everything that I've ever seen from it just seems like it's just way too dense. Like, there's nowhere to really go. I mean, it's just a traffic jam.
You'll see people like revving their engines or like chirping their tires, but it's like, you can't really get into anything there anymore. But it's cool.
Not even like leaving the cars, leaving the Cars and Coffee or whatever and doing a burnout there. It's
no, there's not room. But there's like, you'll see, people will build stuff like a boat on a trailer that is actually a car. So you sit in the driver's seat of the boat and drive it, but it looks like a trailer that's been disconnected.
That's great.
You'll see like RV. There was an RV that drives backwards with a backwards Ranger on the front of it. So the whole thing looks like an RV in reverse. You know what I mean? So it's like a trailer.
Oh yeah, it's like, so instead of towing a trailer, or towing a trailer towing like the truck behind it. Yeah.
And it's in reverse. Yeah. So there's all kinds of that stuff. Everything is kind of street legal for the weekend. Like cops don't really give people a hard time about anything that's like, like not strictly speaking, like should not be driving.
Sure.
But it's cool. And it's like, I was talking to Farah about it and some of the guys from that group. And it is like, it would be, I think it would be kind of, it's not exactly correct to say this is better than like Monterey Car Week, because it's like, it's really like, it's like the experience of going to Laguna Seca during Monterey Car Week is like, well, that's pretty good. Like the Pebble Beach thing, seeing the like really turned out pre-war like Duesenberg stuff, like that is pretty good. Like you're not gonna like, I'm not gonna say that take the contrarian position and say like, oh, it's more fun to go to Woodward. I mean, I think it is probably more fun to go to Woodward, but I'm not going to say like Woodward is better than Monterey Car Week.
Right.
But what I will say is like the gross stuff about Monterey Car Week of knowing like these are like Epstein class people in a lot of cases. And there's also like a grossness of people who are purchasing cars, building cars, participating in Monterey for the purpose of just like showing off their money or like demonstrating some level of like connoisseurship that is like purchased connoisseurship or whatever. Like that vibe is like, if there's anything that's like ruining that Monterey Car Week thing, it's like, it's that. It's like,
I think I mean, just as a distant observer, just like somebody just fucking like seeing articles and shit on Instagram or whatever, like, okay, like the races, that's we'll set that aside, right? But the whole rest of it, it just seems so fucking, it seems over to me. It's so lame. There's so much just fucking, and like the shit that I saw just like in the last 2 days, there was a thing that I saw yesterday where it was like, Gordon Murray, the guy who designed the McLaren F1 in the 90s, the kind of like the
Grandy supercar designer.
Right. And he has a new company, and he's making these Gordon Murray Automotive, like these super high end, really bespoke, exotic cars, but they're and just mega bucks, like they're millions of dollars, whatever. These boutique exotics. But the thing is, it is kind of like a philosophical like successor to the F1.
Yeah.
In the sense that these cars are like super analog. They're all about
lightweight.
They're all about being like extremely light. The design and everything is just like the attention to detail with these cars is just extraordinary. And they're all, it's all in the service of just like, it's nothing to do with numbers. It's all about just having an extraordinary driving experience and connectedness between the driver and the car, which like, and I've watched like, him just talk about, these cars like for an hour or whatever. And it's just like, dude, everything that you're doing is fucking rad as hell. And like, that's, I feel like if anything is worth pursuing and for selling for like millions of dollars, like I feel like you can make a case for that, like just because it's
like it's like makes sense to me. It's like, yep, okay, right. I get it. Yeah.
But he's also like doing that, like last year he trotted out like for during Car Week in Monterey, like this kind of like this kind of F1 like reissue, like it's not a McLaren, but it's just like his and it's just like these super limited cars where he's only going to build 5 of them or whatever, and it just looks like a fucking McLaren F1 from 30 years ago, but it's like sort of tweaked or whatever, and and it's kind of like, okay, whatever. Well, this year they went to unveil a new one of these, and they dropped like the kind of preview for it like a few days, where it's just like under a sheet or whatever, and it's like, okay, so here it is on the lawn, and the car's under a sheet, and it's like it's him, it's Gordon Murray, and then Peter Mackay, the former like endurance racer guy who now is like one of the when you watch Le Mans, he's one of the announcers, and he's great. I mean, he's really good. And but he's he's kind of emceeing the unveiling, and he says, well, we're gonna do something a little bit different, and these guys jump out and come out and like surround the car, and they've got like guitars, and like they look like cool, like rocker dudes. And then the car starts revving like under the tarp, and it starts like revving to a beat, like, ring, 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 because, and then the guitars start playing to the beat of the car revving, and the guitars start going, and it's the fucking Lenny Kravitz song. Dude, and then they fucking, and it's like, okay, awesome, and then they pull the tarp off, and it's just this fucking, it's another one of these fucking warmed over F1s, that they're gonna build like 5 of and sell for like sold. $25 million to fucking Saudi, princes or whatever, and it's just like, fuck you, man. This is just so, and you hear, and it's great when the tarp comes off, and this is just like somebody like filming on their phone, like from the crowd or whatever, and you just hear one person, like the most fucking credulous rube on the planet Earth, just go, oh. It's just like, dude, everybody else is just looking at it like, really, are you fucking kidding? It's so just like fucking played. And then the thing that I saw today that I sent you guys, screen capped and sent you guys along with the fucking Ben Affleck, like, puffing on a heater, like reaction pic, which was just like this new singer, like Magnus Walker singer, Porsche, where
he was talking about it, but that's not. Do you know what the deal with that is?
It's a collab with, like, what was it, like
Louis Vuitton, but it's the
Louis
car
Vuitton
is for Bernard, whatever, the head of LMVH, the head of that huge holding company that owns all of those companies.
Yes, yeah.
It's the CEO, owner, or whatever, Bernard.
Yeah,
or he's like one of the richest
guys
in the world.
Arnault, is one of exactly.
That's his car.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I mean, it looks like if you took a fucking like 1978 Bill Blass fucking Lincoln Continental Mark V and just fucking transferred that trim package onto an old Porsche 911. It's like, congratulations. It's so stupid.
It's a lot more over the top than that, to be honest. It is very like, this is the thing that Singer does not want me to say about this car, but it is very much a West Coast Customs type situation.
Dude, it's just rich people with bad taste, man. And it's like, and I get the Singer thing, and I get the whole fucking ethic and whatever, and it's like, that guy, but it's like, if he's fucking doing that for people, like, you're besmirching your own fucking project. I'm sorry.
It's a West Coast Customs, like, Pimp My Ride type
dude, it
execution.
Totally is.
Yeah, where it's like, I heard you're
so
into
bad.
Louis Vuitton, so we got Louis Vuitton fabric and whatever.
You put Louis Vuitton in your Louis Vuitton, so you can Louis Vuitton while you Louis Vuitton.
That's what it looks like.
Literally.
It's like it is not that good.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sure it's a wonderful piece of engineering, and I'm sure it's made to the highest standard, yada yada. But I think like the thing about the Pebble Beach thing, and to get back to like the difference between this and the Woodward thing, but it's like that stuff. There have always been rich people around this show and this weekend, and they've always been the cringiest, most disgusting. Like, I remember the first few times I went being introduced to like a bunch of men and their nieces, because it's like they've hired some 19-year-old Eastern European woman to like, and it's like, this is just what it is. It's like a bunch of rich psychos, but it's like, it's also like, even going last year, it's like you see shit there that is either like cool in its own right, and this is like mostly a Laguna Seca thing, but like you see shit that it's like these are guys that are like me if I was more successful, or a lot of guys who have just been doing this since it was cheap to do. You know what I mean? It's like some of the guys are just they're just like they're just like and it's like, oh yeah, this whole insane thing has like got grown up around it, and it's like a lot of it is like mainstream automaker involvement has kind of like cheesed it out, as it always does, but it's like there is still stuff happening there that is like, oh, this is fucking cool. Like, it's like you can be as cynical about it as you want, and it's like, I don't think there's too many people who are more cynical about it than me, but I think like every year I go, I do see stuff where I'm like, oh, that was cool, like that was neat, whatever. And mostly at the track, but the thing about the Woodward thing is like, I guess it's just,
the thing for me is just like not being there and not having access to those specific experiences. Everything that I see about it, it just makes me feel so tired.
No,
it's like,
you're not seeing
like seeing just like the reveals of like,
No, you're not seeing a guy working on his TR4 in the paddock.
Right.
Like that's not what you're seeing.
Right. Exactly.
But it also too is like, so much of it now is driven by like marketers and kind of like companies, where it's like this is their idea of what they would think is cool, like the Gordon Murray guitar thing or whatever, versus like this is the way that I would present my own car or my own, what I mean, like my own whatever. Like it's just like there's so much cheese and there's so much just like cringy, embarrassing rich people stuff. Which is to say nothing of the fact that, like, I think I've talked about this too, but like rich people have like an entirely different sense of taste and an entirely different, like, they live in a totally different fluid than us. So like, it's like they live in salt water and we live in fresh water, and like, there's just differences. You know what I mean? Like the world is different to them. Like they dress in a way that looks stupid to me.
Maybe they should live in salt water.
Yeah, I mean that would be one way to do it. But anyway, the Woodward thing. The thing about Woodward is like all the cars. 99% of the cars that you see at Woodward are like a guy's car or a lady's car that is their car, and that's it. It's like they may have other cars.
It's their pride and joy.
Like, it's like this is like. And it's like, I'm out here showing off my car. That is like just my thing. And it's like, I was telling somebody too about like, I don't know if I've ever said this in the pod, but like there's RM when I worked there, they would sell cars. And like one of the biggest challenges they had post sale, like I say, like Monterey, is like getting the cars delivered to the new owners. Like a lot of them would buy a $500,000, $1.5 million, $3 million car, whatever it is, and then just like refuse to participate in ever taking delivery. So like a lot of them would just go to a warehouse and just be kept. Like we would just keep them, and it was like they would be in there for years.
Insane.
And it's like no title transfer, never came to pick it up, never gave us an address to ship it, like paid for it.
But the money went through.
Paid for it and just, I don't care. It's like not interested. And it's like
it was just a fun activity for them.
Yeah,
to go to the auction and buy a fun
and I
car.
forgot. Yeah, it's like I don't care. It's like I don't want to get on the phone, or like I don't want to return an email to get my car delivered.
Don't you have somebody to do that for you?
I think in a lot of cases, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. If I'm that fucking rich that I can fucking drop $12 million on a fucking vintage Maserati or whatever, I would think that I would have somebody. I would have a helper.
One of the funny things about it is like there are people who make good 6-figure livings managing those collections and doing stuff like that and like going and doing the bidding and
of course.
But there are also people who have that job and don't do it. Don't respond to email.
That's a good scam.
And it's like
they're there.
I was gonna say that's the gig that I want. I want to get.
You want to
paid.
be the negligent collection manager. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's funny.
It's just like, hey, where's that? Oh,
it's it's in Morocco. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. It got held up.
It's like, hey, Hughes, did you get the paperwork for that thing? It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the mail. Yeah, it's coming.
It's like explaining antivirus to your dad, where it's like, no, don't worry, I ran the scan. Yeah, I had to run the scan to flip the bytes on the thing and the drive, so like it's gonna be another hour. Like I should get to stay up an extra hour because the virus is running on the bytes.
It's held up in escrow. It's coming through, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's escrow, man. You know how to escrow.
I think what's happening is the minder's job is technically to communicate with RM about having the car delivered, and that never happens, and the boss never asks about it, and that's it.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, and that person never has to explain where that car is because it's like, who fucking cares?
That would be me. That is how I would do that job.
Yeah. That's the dream.
But the vibe there at Woodward is that it's like it's a lot of people who are just very, very proud, genuinely, of their car, and who are very like very thrilled with the idea of going out and fucking cruising up and down Woodward. It's not and it's not even necessarily like it's not a social thing in the sense that going to a Cars and Coffee is a social thing where you park your Lamborghini or you park your McLaren P1 and then get out of it and go talk to people about it. You're just in your fucking car. And it's like the people do park up and like there's places to park up or whatever, but it's like there's really not an opportunity to get the shine of having an expensive car. You know what I mean? It's like at Pebble Beach, it's like you're parking places, you're taking it to shows, you're like, you're showing it at Pebble Beach. Like that's you. And it's like a people seeing you with the thing. It's like, this is just, you're in your car. Like you're in the car the whole time.
Yeah.
But
it's also, I mean, despite that, there is a kind of a sense of community with it because you are in community with other people in their fun cars and everybody's looking at, and you're around at each other and waving and so, so it is like
it's just a better, this is what I would say too, is like at Pebble Beach, cars are better. Monterey cars are better. The track stuff is incredible. You're always seeing stuff I've never seen before. Like I don't think I saw anything at Woodward that I had not seen before in person. Which is also like
you've seen RVs you've seen pickup trucks.
I've seen that car at
RVs.
I've seen that car at Woodward, but but I think like so that there's that, but I think like there's to enjoy Monterey is an exercise in compartmentalizing the really bad and gross stuff that you're seeing at all times.
Yes.
And it's like taking the time to appreciate like, oh, this is actually really cool. And like someone who is a craftsman built this or made this, and it's like whatever it costs and whoever this is for, and I don't want to think about that stuff, but it's like this is as a someone who is appreciating the kind of like aesthetic or whatever engineering excellence of whatever aspect.
Yeah, or just as mechanical works of art. Yeah,
exactly. Like this is cool. But again, you're always trying to like, okay, how do I not turn this into a mass casualty event? Like, how do I talk myself out of doing something terrible? But yeah, I think like the vibe was good. The Farrah's show was fun too. Like, it was good. I haven't really like hung out with those guys one-on-one or hung out with Farrah one-on-one, and like that was fun. What? Did I do something?
I went into flow state.
Matty just posted an extremely funny. Did you see it in the chat, Rory?
No, I was looking down.
I've been busy. While you guys were talking about rich
there's
perverts.
There's a link in the chat of a Venn diagram.
Oh.
And it's two circles, and one of them is the Woodward Dream Cruise, and the other one is gay cruising.
Oh.
And in the Woodward Dream Cruise circle, just by itself, fun for the whole family. Cops look the other way, probably safer than some other driving activities. Run since the mid-90s. And then in the gay cruising circle by itself, indoor or outdoor, cops can get you if they catch you. Extra element of personal risk involved. One of the first kinds of fun invented, probably. And then in the large overlapping section of the Venn diagram between Woodward Dream Cruise and gay cruising, spontaneous participation, fun for spectators, happening counter to / at the same time as more respectable programming.
Yes.
Deemed unsafe activity during 2020 peak COVID. Have fun and be yourself. And not there for conversations, but you're in community with other people.
I think that's right. I think
Matty has cracked the code.
I've done it.
That's it.
That's my next line is next time I go to Woodward, be like, this is a lot like in many ways.
Well, so here's what happened. So I was in town to see the guys play a show, and we were sitting and talking, and our friend Vermin had just gone and like to take a nap all with their head down on a table. So me and Peter were chatting, and Peter was like, this street is really popular for cruising. And I was like, oh, that's great. I'm wearing my really short jean shorts today. And Peter had to go like, oh, wait, now hang. And so Peter explained to me about what a car cruise is and what the dream cruise was. And we had a little cultural exchange.
If you're in Ferndale, it is also probably a good place for cruising.
Peter
at least
hey,
was.
That's where the overlap is, yeah.
Peter was like, well, I wouldn't count it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get both. You can be cruising and cruising.
You can be cruising at the cruise.
Cruising at the cruise. I'm sure that's happening.
You can cruise in a car.
It was funny. Like I remember the last time I was like at the Dream Cruise for the whole weekend. I like brought my Mark V GTI down there, and I stayed with my friend Spencer. And I was getting yelled at for having a German car. Like, buy a fucking American car, you loser! Like, this is
really for real?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like 2005. Yeah.
Wow.
And it happened multiple times when I was down there, which is like I don't fucking care. It's like
that's crazy.
I'm just surprised because every picture that I've ever seen, from it
has changed a ton. It's like
it seems like so diverse in terms of just like the cars,
Totally.
It's just like,
yeah. I mean, there was JDM stuff there. There was like,
totally.
And it has become too since I've been. It's weird because it still does not go into the city at all. It turns around at the city limit. It's so bizarre because it's like,
wow, weird.
There's stuff happening in the city now. There is kind of like a less kind of populated stretch of Woodward between like Highland Park and where the big first Ford Model T factory was.
Mm-hmm.
Highland Park is like there's like two islands in Detroit that are like their own city that are surrounded on all sides by Detroit that were tax havens for automakers to put a factory like back so the first Model T factory, Highland Park. There's like Highland Park is pretty desolate, and then like you get into Royal Oak, and but like downtown Detroit is like booming. Like there's people out everywhere, and then it's like you go through this stretch of total emptiness, and then you get to Woodward and it's happening.
Where is because the Magic Stick, that's the big venue that we played a million times. That's on Woodward, right? That
is
Woodward.
Yeah, that's downtown. Yeah, that's in the city.
But that's closer to downtown. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could walk to downtown from there.
Yeah.
But it is like Woodward. Like last time I was down there, it was all like 60s and 70s American stuff. And I think like it is a lot more modern stuff, a lot more Japanese and German stuff, and there's a lot more like it's a lot blacker. Like there's a lot more like
hell yeah
black people in the cruise, which is like would not have been the case when I was there the first time. And I think like some of the cars that are coming up to the cruise now, like really well built and really cool donks and like really cool, like there's a ton of like good G-body stuff up there, and it was like all some 50-year-old black guy listening to like R&B as loud as it would go in his car, and I was like, man, I was like, car I could never really pull off because like that's not who I am, but man, it's like spiritual connection with it. It's like that is like
nature is
like,
healing,
aspirational. It's like, oh man, like that guy's just got it fucking figured out. Like, but the it was good. And then bugged out last night. I went to a Ford thing, so the new Ford convertible. I saw Mallory McMorrow and Ray Wirt at the. Saw Representative Gary Peters, one of the congressmen from down there, and then got back on the road, hung out with Andy a little bit, got back on the road, and then this morning went to the Buckley Old Engine Show, which I almost never go to because it's always during Pebble Beach, which is like, I'll post some pictures of it later, but it's like, it's tractors from like the immediate horse and tractor crossover era in a lot of cases, where it's like the tractors that are like 20 feet tall and like 25 feet long and like steam powered and like
big tractor.
It is like it's like steampunk, like it's like you know, it's like they have the wheels are 9 feet tall and they have a gear on the inside of the wheel that turns the actual, and like the steering mechanism is 2 chains like this big around that pull on a like a lever and like turn. Actually it's like it is mind-boggling.
And there's like, and they're like a mouse.
That's like the people operating it are like doing the concert organ thing where they're like trying to like
they're doing the Hit
like,
Joe thing where they're pulling the lever and hitting the keys. Oh my god.
And then there's like there's all these like sawmills and shit that are like like a strap 100 feet long, and an engine on the one side, and then a blade that is like
Jesus Christ.
It is like it's like
just like whirring death machines.
Yeah, it was like just insane stuff too, where it's like, you know, men used to fucking operate this thing like for work, like not for an exhibition at a show. Like this was your job, and you were like hungover and tired and did not know how to read, and like they were like, yeah, go stand next to that 7-foot blade
for 12 hours a day.
You're our fourth guy since February. Don't worry about it.
There's an engine in there that they got running that was literally like 60 feet long, like an engine, and like it's all exposed. Like you can see the tappets in the rollers and the cam.
Wow.
They're exposed. They're like in the room with you. Like you could touch them. You shouldn't touch them because they're like
you could,
don't touch them.
But you could.
Don't touch the kid.
I think they said the bore in one of the cylinders is like 23 inches or whatever, and it's like, and it's firing, and it's like you can see it go down the room. Like you can see the piston,
the travel, like
it's like 7 feet in the room. It's like it is fucking mind-boggling, and there's a flywheel on it that's probably 18 feet tall, and it's like, it's so cool. It's like,
oh my god!
It is. So
wait, where is this? Is this just like in like a gigantic ass warehouse, or where is this held?
It's in a field in just south of Traverse City. You've driven by it.
How did they get this shit there? They just wheel it out in these.
That giant engine, that engine is in a barn. Like it's fixed in a barn now.
It's in a barn.
But the everything else, they just trailer it in, and it's like, I mean, there were probably, I don't know, 5,000 tractors there, and like some of it's like modern 70s stuff, like some of it's like really weirdo, like, but it's like there's a flea market and there's like a lot of like there's like you can get your haircut in the old-timey fashion. There's like a print shop, you can go like print shit, like there was a dude in there, again, like me being broke thing, but it's like he would make you a leather belt in front of you for $40, and they were like,
oh hell yeah,
like an 1/8 thick, like really nice. It was like, yeah, but it was like a lot of like just craftspeople, there's blacksmiths and all that stuff, but it's cool. It was like, I'm going to post it on the LA account and just
I was gonna say, I mean, you should write a thing about that.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible, man.
It's crazy, but I gotta say, a lot of people come to Monterey every year and never see this part of it and just pretend like this is a place like that I was in Monterey. Like, yeah, it's right next to the Concours. A lot of people don't even.
I bet people would fall for that, man. You should. That'd be a great.
They're like, yeah,
that'd be a great bit.
This is on the grounds. This is on like 17-mile drive. Like if you drive another 5 minutes, it's right there. It's like no one ever sees it. But
amazing! I want to see the giant engine. I want to be in there cool. Like Super Mario. I want to jump around.
It's cool, Matty. Like it's like a. It is a. I mean, it's a very weird vibe there.
Yeah, who is at this show? I mean, it's got to be. I mean, if there's 5,000 tractors, it's got to be a fucking shit ton of people.
I mean, there's
Is this just like a one-day event, or how long?
No, it's
is
all
this
weekend.
Thing?
It's all weekend here.
It's the weekend.
I could blend in because I used to make parts for like aftermarket parts for ag equipment. I could do it. I could go in there and
you would totally blend in there. You like it. It's yeah, you could go work there. Like you could just go start working on one of the machines, I think, and they'd have to take you in. But the
I think the guy crawls around in there. You gotta clean it.
It's it's a rural type crowd, I would say. It was not incredibly diverse, I would say.
I think so.
But
not a welcoming spirit, maybe.
But people, people are nice there. It's like it's a lot of people, a lot of
older crowd, I would expect.
Not entirely. No, and there were a lot of families, a lot of kids,
sure.
And I would say too, like the people operating the tractors. Like when I was there last, which was probably 2010, maybe, it was like all 80-year-olds who were operating the shit. And it was like, now it was like there were a lot of teenagers and a lot of like 20-somethings and like 40-year-old guys. So like I think a lot of it too is like some of the shit is just very physical, like driving those old like. But I was talking to one of the kids and I was like, imagine that you have lived your entire life on a farm and only experienced like horses and cows and like beasts of burden. And then you see this fucking machine. Like, and it's like the tractor we were standing next to literally is like 18 feet tall. Like, it is like a locomotive with like wheels that are like 10 feet tall. And it's like chains and smoke and oil everywhere. And it's like, imagine seeing, like, this has to be fucking terrifying.
You're like a guy in the Bible who sees an angel.
Exactly. It's like no fucking frame of reference. Like the first guy to see an elephant or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, be not afraid. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, you would look at it and you would just say, "This is an industrial revolution."
Yeah. Things are gonna be different now. This is like AI, is what they would say. My boss is going to force me to use this thing.
This is going to disrupt our whole industry.
Yeah.
It's going to put me out of work, is it? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to create the industry. I mean, the industry didn't exist. Yeah. There was no industry.
Yeah.
No, but Matty, the ox who pulls the plow is looking at it like,
right, yeah, it's like, oh, shit, I'm dead.
Shit. Yeah. You're not thinking about eating me, are you?
Listen, I'm so gamey now. You've been working me really
well.
Listen.
There's all kinds of other shit. But yeah, it's cool. It's like, I don't know. It's such a, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, why is this here? Who started this? Like, whose idea was this? Why? You know what I mean? Like, I do really badly want a hit and miss engine. Do you know what those? It's like a hit and miss engine is like a box this big to like the size of maybe like a Coleman cooler, and it is the simplest type of gasoline
this
engine.
big for people who can't see Rory's hands. This big was about a foot
about
big.
yay big.
It's like from a microwave size to like big cooler size. But it's one of the simplest types of motors, and instead of having a throttle to like change the speed at which it's running, there's a flywheel that is running at all times, and you change the timing. So it's like you could have it fire once every revolution. You can have it fire once every 2. You could have it fire every 20 or 100 revolutions. So the flywheel is flying, and the motor only fires when you tell it to, like when you set it to fire. Yeah. So you can run it really, really slow, but everything's exposed. You pour oil in it. You put the fuel in like an open tank, and it's like just dripping down into this like super simplified carburetor. But you use it to like, on a farm, you would use it to like run a pump, or like the guys out there use it to run on a belt. You make an ice cream machine, like an ice cream maker. You crush the ice and like circulate it and turn it into ice cream or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like they have this like incredibly satisfying just presence, because it's like the flywheels whirring.
So it's just like this thing. I'm just imagining like this thing just like going, just go shh, 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 and then it's just like pump, pump.
Yeah.
Pump.
Or like every 30 seconds you'll get a pump, and it's like the flywheel's like just ripping.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't really hear it because it's like all super well lubricated. It's like all oily and gross.
Oh wow.
And then you'll hear like
Sick.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like they're super quiet, and it's like the old days, like you could run a washing machine off of them. There's like all kinds of like equipment you can run. Like they were huge for like I said, like a pump. Like if you're like, oh, we have to drain this pond,
right,
and it's gonna take a week. Like this is how you do it. And they're super like under stressed, and they're also like you can buy them for $40. Like if you go to a show that like Klinger used to talk about going to like farm auctions and buying like 10 of them, and it's like. He's got Klinger's like Jonathan Klinger. He's like used to be the PR guy. Haggerty grew up in a huge farm in Illinois, and like going to the show with him, which happened to me last time I did it, is like you learn more shit about antique. He knows fucking everything,
yeah,
and it's like being at a car show where you like take a step every half hour or so, and it's like everything about it. It's all fascinating. It's like this is all cool shit. But like Old Engine Show, I recommend it. It's a good time.
Well, I mean, we're at an hour, but there are just a few kind of geopolitical news items. My favorite thing, being where geopolitics and motorsports intersect.
Of course.
And just, I mean, these are like some news items that have been kind of unfolding over the last, month or two while we've been kind of hit and miss. But did you guys see, first of all, that the World Endurance Championship finally admitted, like a month or so ago, that these races, the race that was supposed to open the season in Qatar, which got obviously shit canned, but they rescheduled it, kind of optimistically for the fall, and then it was supposed to end in Bahrain with the planned season finale. Well, they finally have admitted that those races are not going to happen, and so they've replaced those rounds with Barcelona and Monza in Italy. So European race those will be happening at European racetracks. So the guy who posted the thing to the WEC Reddit back in February or March or whenever it was that who just said something to the effect of, if World War III is what it takes to for us to not have to watch races in the Middle East anymore, I'll take it. Well, he got his wish. However, the other thing is Formula One, that race, which there's a race in Bahrain that's scheduled for the first weekend in October. They've that's now happening in Malaysia. So it is now the Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix in Malaysia, 2026. But the final two rounds of the F1 season, end of November and beginning of December, scheduled for Qatar and Abu Dhabi. As of right now, those are still on. I think it is. I would go out on a limb in saying that none of those races are going to happen. I think it's been pretty fucking obvious since the beginning of of March that none of these races were going to happen. If you look at the other thing is WEC have announced the calendar for 2027, which they have very optimistically beginning in March in Qatar and ending in November in Bahrain. Those races aren't going to happen either. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, man.
No.
Like,
the security situation in the region has changed,
and it's not going to just magically
return to
fix itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep dreaming. The other kind of fun, kind of surprise story that just came out this past week is that the FIA, the sanctioning body of Formula One and World Endurance Championship and all these other race series around the world, has lifted its sanctions on Russian and Belarusian drivers.
Oh, wow.
Since 2023, Russian drivers competing in international motorsports have had to
claim they were Israeli.
Yes, have basically had to. If you wanted to continue racing, you had to kind of invent a kind of alternate biography and pretend that you were, like in the case of Daniel Kivat, it's like, oh no, I'm actually Italian. I moved. It's like, bro, you're not.
The Schwartzman
or in the case of Robert Schwartzman, who was in fact born in Israel, but who immigrated with his family to Russia at 3 months of age or some shit like that. It's cool to be. You can still compete if you're Israeli, just not if you're Russian.
The genocide is fine, but doing it,
right?
Yeah.
Actual warfare against other armed combatants, etc.
Pushing back on the encroachment of NATO in your country is not.
Yeah.
That's not allowed.
Yeah. No.
But the thing that I had noticed, and it's these stories kind of allude to it, is that these drivers could still compete, but the actual thing was they just had to sign a commitment to neutrality. So you basically had to like sign a thing saying that that you weren't on any side and that you did not support whatever.
It's like,
and what you were then doing was you were competing under the flag of the FIA. And I noticed this watching Le Mans, where I forget who it was. maybe it was Kivat, or I don't know how to say his name actually, but you would see, like, you know, on the driver's door, you know, because it's the kind of the custom to have the driver's names on the cars, and then they'll have like their you know, their national flag affiliation, the flag next to their name. And in the case of these guys, it would just be a little FIA, like a little grayed out kind of FIA flag, which is very funny. But as of this week, the FIA has revised its emergency measures to lift restrictions on Russian and Belarusian drivers, no longer binds them to a commitment of, quote, neutrality, walking back the measures placed on them following the outbreak of war in Ukraine. And following a World Motorsport Council meeting earlier in August, Russian and Belarusian drivers can once more... Okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to see where they... Says the FIA, this is a FIA quote, they continue to carefully monitor the events in Ukraine and reserve the right to take any further actions or implement further measures in the future, including any necessary actions, blah, 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 blah. They're still not, they still can't race in Russia, but these guys can, they can play the national anthem again, and they can have a Russian flag on their car again. And they no longer have to pretend to be Italian
or Israeli.
Right. But I just think that's so interesting. You know, it's I feel like for several months, you know, when I talk to kind of like normie people, I feel like the general kind of popular media consensus is that, like, oh no, like it's like the tide has turned against the Russians, and the Ukrainians are winning, and that is that's not happening. That's not the case. That's completely erroneous assessment of what's going on, and I wonder if I don't know where this the impetus for this came from. I don't know if the FIA is just kind of like sensing which way the wind is blowing, as it does. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think like the Gaza thing, in for a lot of people, and like probably for the FAA too, is like, it just puts the Russia thing into a different light, where it's like, oh, you know, it's like, oh,
yeah, but that was going on the whole time.
No, I know, but it's like it's more pronounced, like post October 7th, like the active.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it started earlier in 2023 was when they implemented that. Yeah,
but it's like over the course of the last like whatever 3 years now of like just openly visible visible like atrocities where there's not two sides fighting.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like I think a lot of this stuff, like for normies, probably even for the FIA, is like, well, we're going to come down on Russia for
right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
Like whatever, Russia, what they did was bad. They shouldn't have done it or whatever. But it's also just like, it does kind of seem a lot less bad. It does seem like a lot less objectionable, I think, to a lot of people. And I think like, you know, certainly like I believe that, you know, there are reasons for Russia to want to do that. I think like NATO was spoiling for that fight for
Dude, we made that happen. Yeah. We 100% made that happen. Everybody fucking knew that was going to happen.
Yep. You pushed the Ukrainians
They were saying for like, 30 years.
Go ahead. Do it.
This is a red line, and if you fucking do this, you are forcing our hand. And we fucking did it anyway.
Yep. Yeah. No, I 100%. Listen, it's like there are, like I said, tons of I think there's a lot better understanding, I think, even like among normal people, like what Russia was doing in that situation versus the totally unjustifiable like slaughter of people in Gaza and
I wonder too, I wonder too if just the last 6 months of Iran war and kind of seeing the the lines are the lines are being drawn. It's like it's pretty like the kind of Ukraine-Israeli alignment to like is becoming more and more clear to people. And
I think that there also is a thing, I think, with normies. Like, this is not to do with the FIA, I don't think, but it's like, I think the reason why American liberals mostly cared about Ukraine is because they associated Russia with Donald Trump, and the Ukraine thing was a proxy for them.
Some of them are still living in Cold War brain too.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Donald Trump and
Putin are trying to bring back communism somehow. Yeah, they're allied together. They're doing gay communism together. So
by like having a Ukraine bumper sticker on my car, I'm sticking it to Donald Trump, and it's like, man, go watch some more West Wing or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Get your Sorkin. Go in there. Go and watch your I serve at the pleasure of the president or whatever the fuck for the 100th time and jerk off and enjoy it. That's fine. That's for you.
Go to another quiz at which Harry Potter house you are, and
Hufflepuffs stand with Ukraine. Gryffindors stand with Ukraine. Even Slytherins would stand with Ukraine. You guys. You know what's funny? The FIA thing, I wonder if there's a diagonal way to look at it, too, where they're like, if we've been making all these statements about Russia and having, like, policy about Russia, we should probably worry that people are going to maybe expect us to maybe punish other actors globally that we don't really want to involve ourselves with. We just kind of need to take our hands off the ball completely. Like, I wasn't in there. I wouldn't. Don't look at me, ref. My hands are up. I'm not getting a hand on that ball.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a thing where I think like that's also like a degree to which there's like it's kind of like the corporation stuff with like the woke backlash or whatever with corporate stuff, where it's like, oh, we made all these policies in response to this like popular movement, and then like the tide changed and now it's like unclear, you know what I mean? So like their position is just like, oh, we're not involved with this at all anymore. And I think like the FIA,
we took the pronouns off our emails. It's
like that never happened. That never happened. And I think like that's kind of like the FIA thing. Probably like to your point, Matty. Like it's like, oh, we're not going to be the fucking police of
that's none of our
punish.
Business. Not my service.
Yeah, it's like, hey, look, like these people are going to do what they're going to do, and it's actually like.
It's like, I mean,
I don't disagree with that. It's like Daniel fucking Kvyat or whatever. It's like he didn't do the war. Like he's just a guy who races cars who was born in that place.
Right.
It's like, and it's like, I'm sure he's tied to some oligarchs, but it's like half the fucking field in any given F1 race is tied to some Russian oligarch somehow.
And bro, if you're letting, like, if you're not going to let fucking Russian drivers race because of Russian aggression against Ukraine, then you absolutely can't. What reason allows you to let U.S. American drivers race? It's like shut them all down. We all need to fucking,
And they don't want that smoke.
We all need to fly to be driving under alternative flags and pretending my great grandpa came from Ireland or whatever.
Citizenship, please.
It's like no, I'm actually like like ninth generation Mexican and or like I'm
getting the calipers out like no listen.
No, exactly. No, it's like no. I'm like 1/8 Cherokee.
I'm Canadian through my grandma, please.
I'm related to Elizabeth Warren. There was there is a phenomena I have noticed, like in even like ARA, which is like pretty grassrootsy America type stuff.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy has the Michigan flag next to his name, and like
that's cool.
A lot of drivers have their state flag next to their name.
Oh, interesting.
And like I've always read that as like a Trump America thing, where it's like people are just like not really down or interested. Like a lot of people are not interested in having the American flag on stuff now. But it's like it's like a very slight vibe shifty thing. But it's like I remember seeing it 2018 or so. It like started seeing it at ARA stuff, and like it has been more and more consistently like. Or people will have like skull and crossbones or like some other goofy flag or like some, you know, whatever their ethnic extraction is or whatever. But it's like very fewer and fewer of the just stars and bars on the side of the car. But
I like that. I like that. I like state flags. Like,
totally.
I mean, it would suck. It would suck for me because the New York state flag is super lame. But
so is Delaware.
But I like the idea of people running state flags.
I have other flags in mind.
There's city flags. There's good city flags.
stay tired.
Sounds good. All right, stay tired, everybody.
Better get
Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.